in New Zealand, but yeah, shiatsu futon is the best way. So as I said, make sure that hand. I often do a little sweep just to make sure the fingers are actually straight, which of course they are, but just
How's that pressure?
It's probably better at 5, I reckon.
Yeah? So I can go back here.
Yeah, that's it. 8, 9.
Yeah.
That's nice in there.
Yeah, that's it pushing out thing. Is
Yeah.
it? Just a little, yeah, I was trying to think when you were doing it to me where it was sort of, and it just stretches that thumb out, hey?
Yeah, just kind of pushes it and puts a stretch in this bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sort of painful on the underside.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, no, it's all right. Just
on the underside.
yeah, it seems to sort of push.
Yeah.
And pull.
So because the floor is so much harder
Yeah.
than the ground,
Oh, yeah.
that's where we don't want to.
Okay.
And you could either double up the towels to make more layers of padding,
Yeah.
or just lighten your pressure slightly.
And it's with like the futon. Is the futon quite wide too?
You can get different futon, different widths on
Yeah.
a futon. So
That's
I'd
lovely.
go for a wider one.
Oh, you just do something. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just sort of in a ball right
Yeah. Okay, you get some really good pressure with that. Yeah. And I guess it must be quite beneficial for the therapist as well, because you're using sort of reflex points and
This
things.
here is working my foot like no man's business.
Yeah.
My toes are like,
Yeah.
like you know, like,
Yeah.
I swear this is probably really good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, best of both worlds here. It's quite nice having that piece back, isn't it?
Yeah. It was fun for a couple of minutes having the kids around. And it was like,
Too
time
much
to
sugar.
go.
Yeah, too much sugar in those ice cream.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't believe. Like I heard that ice cream truck. I'm thinking about, not only do they have really poor nutrition in hospitals, but
Yeah.
they also educate children to go for junk foods, in the tuck shops and the ice cream guys coming around. Why not some healthy, smoothies or some
Yes.
fresh stuff,
Yeah.
Like even in Japan, they get all the kids to help out with preparing a meal. But why not in a country like New Zealand where you got so much access to fresh foods?
Yes.
Have a little garden at the school, get the kids gardening, and
They
then
do that in a lot of kindergartens.
yeah, kindergarten,
Yeah.
but not in primary schools or high schools for some reason.
I think you'll find the rural schools are really good for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
The other thing is too, like for player of the day and things, that's just like here's a lollipop and a certificate.
Here's a McDonald's voucher.
Yeah.
I know.
For a cheeseburger.
Oh, I was in my middle son's school. Went to his kindergarten school in Gympie, and they had a huge water. Their water, like they had a water. It was like a keg of water, and it had a huge McDonald's symbol on it. So McDonald's sponsors it. So then the kids get brainwashed. Oh, McDonald's is good.
Yeah.
The school says it's good,
Yeah.
and it's brainwashing from a young age.
Well, you would have read Fast Food Nation.
Yeah, I've seen part of that. I haven't read the whole book or anything, but there's definitely good books like Diet for New America, or ones that cover, I was actually involved in anti-McDonald's campaigns back in about 1997 in the Blue Mountains. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
so it's trying to stop them,
Is it?
because there was a big trial in England called the
Yeah.
McLibel trial, and it was all about these protesters who were handing out leaflets outside McDonald's, and McDonald's took them to court, but the people had no money, so it ended up being the longest trial in British history, and they went to the European Court of Human Rights, and McDonald's was trying to silence them, but taking them to court actually made it bigger,
Yes, yeah.
And they had experts about the destruction of forests in the Amazon coming from the beef industry that was supplying hamburgers, from environment to health to everything. It was a PR disaster for McDonald's, and of course a lot of the major news corporations wouldn't cover it because they're sponsored by McDonald's.
That's it, yeah.
So it just shows you how it's so insidious between these big, I call them the disease industries, like the fast food companies, the pharmaceutical companies, and then they're in association with the mainstream media, and then then they're in association with the government, so therefore they work with the schools, they work with the hospitals, keep people sick, feed them junk food, and then get them addicted to pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I'll just do a little bit on here and just see what the pressure.
No,
is
you're
like.
finding it.
Yeah, I like it. I reckon it's safe, like you said, saves your hands.
Yep.
I just feel like because I feel I don't know my pressure as well with my feet because so I've got such strong hands that I know sort of what they're capable of.
Yeah, but you're not used to your feet.
Whereas
Yeah.
I don't use my feet enough to know what their strength is.
Yeah.
I still get quite strong feet.
Throwing all those javelins, hey?
Yeah.
Because you do a run before you throw a javelin, right?
Yeah, and you actually have to pull across the ground
Right.
like this.
Wow.
So it's a real grip.
Yes,
Yeah, that's why I've
getting
got.
that spring back.
Yeah, but that's I think part of my Achilles problem is just
All those movements.
The tension, and because it's up,
Yeah.
goes up into there from all those tendons under there.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Oh yeah, because it feels weird because you can feel the bones.
Yeah, so we don't do too much here. Just, you can get a little bit.
So it'd be quite nice to get in there.
No, that pressure's fine.
Yeah.
You could probably, if you wanted to, go a wee bit deeper. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Because when you look at it, there's not too many places to really go.
No,
on
there's
the
not.
road.
There's not.
Yeah,
I'm
or
not
just-
facing down.
Yeah, so
That's quite nice. So
just rubbing over like
Just
that.
gently rubbing over,
Yeah.
and a bit into that thumb muscle.